Good morning and welcome to Newsfirst Prime Time Sunrise.
Hello there, very good morning to all our viewers. You're joining me live and direct from the Newsfirst Center here in Colombo. I'm Joel Outsgoon on Primetime Sunrise. Let's first take a look at your headline making stories for this morning. President to address the 69th session of the UN General Assembly today. The prevalent drought continues to affect the lives of 1.7 million people from 15 districts. US President Barack Obama says that the US and Arab partners are committed to destroying Islamic State. Moving on to these stories in detail now. President Mahinda Rajapaksa, who is attending the 69th session of the UNGA, will address the Assembly today. Presidential spokesperson Mohan Sammaranayake said that President Mahinda Rajapaksa is scheduled to address the Assembly at 6:30 p.m. local time. The 69th session of the United Nations General Assembly commenced at the United Nations headquarters in New York yesterday. Many state leaders of the 193-member United Nations are attending the General Assembly. Presidential spokesperson Mohan Sammaranayake said that President Mahinda Rajapaksa will speak on the current status of Sri Lanka and the country's stance on global trends. Well, now, following the attack of the Newsfirst correspondent Chandana Kurupuarachi, who attempted to cover the clash between a group of UPFA supporters and UMP supporters opposite the Haliala Pradesh Sabha, was admitted to the Badula General Hospital for treatment. When Newsfirst contacted the police media spokesperson in this regard, he noted that the suspect who assaulted the Newsfirst correspondent has been identified.
Vehicle positions had been attacked by a group of persons at Haliala in front of the Pradesh Sabha office. Police initiated investigation. Police analyzed the video recorded evidence, video clips and videos. We have identified the suspect who assaulted the journalist of Newsfirst, and a special police team has been deployed to arrest the person. And in addition to that, another 12 suspects also have been identified in connection with the offence of vandalism, but they have not been identified in name. So therefore, we are still in the process of investigation. However, the main person who assaulted a Newsfirst reporter has been identified. We do our best to arrest the identified person as early as possible.
Well, now, although it has been 4 days since the conclusion of the UWA Provincial Council elections, the number of election violence reported in the area has not come to a standstill yet. When we at Newsfirst contacted SSP Ajit Rohana in this regard, this is what he had to say.
Total number of 96 complaints have been received since the first day of nomination to date, and 22 out of 96 are the complaint made by various parties as post-election violence. In addition to that, over 55 suspects have been arrested in connection with the offences of election violence and election law violence. We are continuing with our operation in our province for another 2 days because the election period is still in existence, will be terminated after 2 days from today.
Well, in more news this morning, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Prince Said Al Hussein's oral update is to be delivered for the UN Human Rights Council today. The BBC World Service reports that the oral report on Sri Lanka has been included into a report on investigations based on several other nations. Commissioner Human Rights Council of Sri Lanka, Dr. Pratibha Mahanamaheva, says that this report will give an opportunity for Sri Lanka and other nations mentioned in the report to have an idea on the direction of the investigations carried out by UN teams about their countries. Moving on to one of our headline-making stories this morning, the Disaster Management Center notes that around 170,000 people from 15 districts continue to be affected by the prevailing drought. The highest number has been recorded from the Kurunegala district, which has 961,000 affected people.
The Disaster Management Centre notes that the highest number of persons affected by the drought are from the eastern province, the number exceeding 120,000 persons. Meanwhile, Director of the Disaster Management Centre, Pradeep Kodipilli, notes that measures are continuously being carried out to provide relief for those who have been affected by the drought. The Department of Irrigation notes that they are unable to estimate the harvest for the Maha season due to the prevalent dry weather. Director of the Water Management Unit of the Irrigation Department, Janaki Megastan, added that discussions are to be held during the upcoming week on how water would be supplied for the Maha season. However, it has been a difficult task in tabling a proper plan to supply water to the farmlands along with the water levels of reservoirs which are running at a very low level. According to the Director of the Department of Irrigation, the current water levels in reservoirs stand at 12%. She added that district directors of the Irrigation Department all called for a meeting in Colombo for discussions and to inquire if this available water is sufficient for cultivation.
Well, speaking in Parliament yesterday, Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardhan said that 50,000 teacher assistants are to be recruited as a solution to the teacher shortage in the country. The minister made this observation in responding to a question posed by UMP parliamentarian Ashok Abesinghe.
When certain schools were converted into secondary schools and grade 6 to advanced level were added to them, during this process, teachers for aesthetic subjects were not included in the secondary schools. As a result, there is a shortage of teachers to teach aesthetic subjects in schools in the Kurunegala district. The cabinet has decided to recruit 50,000 teacher assistants to fill the subject-wise teacher shortage. Accordingly, 10,000 English teachers, 10,000 for mathematics, 10,000 for science, 10,000 for IT and 10,000 for aesthetic subjects will be recruited. Under this program, candidates who passed advanced level will be recruited, and after a 3-year training program, they will be awarded with a diploma. After 1 year, they will be awarded with a degree. With this, we are planning to fully resolve the subject-wise teacher shortage in the country. The President has instructed the Ministry of Finance to carry out this task, and we are holding discussions with regard to implementing this program.
Well, if you just tuned in, you're watching Primetime Sunrise on NTV Sports. Still in some local news, the Election Secretariat state that deadline for filing of petitions with regard to the 2014 electoral list has been dated to the 30th of August. According to the Deputy Election Commissioner M.M. Mohammed, the form for 2014 electoral list is displayed in Gram Nildari offices, district secretaries and district election officers.
If
there are persons whose names have not been confirmed in the 2014 electoral list, they are now given the opportunity to include their name by filing a form which can be obtained at the Grama Niladari offices and should later be handed over to their respective district election offices. If persons wish to see their names have been admitted to the 2014 electoral list, they can log on to our website and enter their name, the district and the national identity card number. If the voter is not listed on the voters list, they can file a petition to the Election Commissioner's office.
Well, thank you for joining us. It was nice having you with us this morning. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Joel Outsgoon. Have yourself a great day ahead. Take care and good luck.
Hotline 0114 896 896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.